Hey friends out there, it is me and it's Tonia, and we're inside my garage. And today what we want to do is set up 5 restorative poses, only using stuff that you may have at your house. So we have a box of laundry detergent right here, Tide. Maybe they'll give us a sponsorship, you never know, and that's so we can clean our blankets, right? Next, I have 6 big, thick books, okay? Doesn't matter what they are, grab them. We have 3 blankets. So, a lot of people have these like kind of Mexican blankets, I think that's what they're called. And then we have 2 other ones that I got in India as well. They're just kind of like the same thing. Ones that you can fold really, really easily. But yeah, just little smaller blankets. Next, we have a longer pillow like this. So it's more like a couch pillow. And then we have one big pillow like that you would use to sleep on. After we have 2 of these, which are more like couch pillows as well, or sometimes you have them on top of your duvet on your bed, but just like kind of bigger pillows, which we'll use to just support the legs a little bit. But you can use any pillows instead of these. This is just kind of what we had, so it's like make the best of what we've got at home, right? So 2 of those. Then we have a yoga mat over here, just your standard Manduka yoga mat right here. And make sure that you're on some type of comfortable surface. So right now we're in my garage on my gym floor, which is kind of hard. So I put down this big mat, and what it is just, I think 4 by 6, and it's just like a huge mat that I work out on. Sometimes I'll do yoga and I'll have more space on. But it's really good maybe to do this on carpet or just something where, like, if your knees are possibly on the ground, that they're not hurting. Because restorative is just, you really want to feel supported. You want to let your body soften into whatever is going. And if your knees are on something hard or your arms are on something hard, then you really can't get the full effect all the time. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And maybe the space in your house has it. Just try to, like I said, maybe put something underneath your body. And so you're not on top of the hard ground. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come behind the camera while Tonia gets set up, and we're going to start building, and we're going to keep it really, really simple so you really don't have to change much here. So just follow along, and then send these to your friends and family, because right now, like, as much as I love to move and so does Tonia, it's a really good time to sit. It's very, very hard. It took me in restorative training like 12 hours before it was easy for me to like just relax, and I know a lot of people out there are like that as well. So this is a really good way to set yourself up, and you really only have to do like these poses anywhere from like 3 to 8 minutes each, depending on the pose, and we'll let you know where we need you to how long we need you to stay. So I'm going to move out of the camera's way and let Tonia do her thing and set stuff up. And then we will put you in 5 poses. We'll only stay there for maybe like 30 seconds just to show you how like you can just settle right in. And then modify the best that you can with whatever you have. Awesome. Alright, Tonia, you are up and I am gone. So, let's get this party started. Okay, so first, let's take the Tide box and put it towards the center of wherever you're going, okay? The next thing we're going to do is take the smaller pillow, and we're going to put it in between the Tide box, kind of on like a little bit of a diagonal. And then we're going to take 4 of the 6 books, and we're going to stack them up. Beautiful. Next, we'll take the blue yoga mat, and what we're gonna do is we're going to fold it in half one way and then fold it in half the long way, and this ends up becoming sort of like our base, or like what would be our bolster. We'll take that and we will lay it across the Tide book against the pillow and then onto the floor from the other books. Cool. Next, we're going to take that big Mexican blanket. It's a little bit thicker, so you take that and it's still part of your bolster. So you're going to fold it in half like that, and you're gonna put it up along the thing. Beautiful. Pretty simple so far. Next, we need places for your arms. So let's take one book on either side of the Tide box, or yeah, just wherever you think, or maybe outside the pillow, so wherever your arms will fall. And then we're gonna take one blanket on top of each one of those. And you might want to fold those a little bit thicker, just depending on how long your arms are, that you might need to bring the ground up to you. Like I said, you want to be completely supported so you don't have to do the work, and that's what restorative is all about. Okay, next we want to take the big pillow and we're going to put it up by your head. Great. Okay. From here, first pose is balasana, or supported child's pose. And what you're going to do is bring your knees up there so you can put your gut almost as far up onto the bolster, or what we have as the mat and the blanket. And then you're going to bring your head to one side. So just rest one cheek to one side. And what you want to do is you'll stay here probably anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. But then you'll just change the direction of your head. So Tonia had her right cheek on there first. Now it's her left cheek. And you stay there. And, you know, sometimes it's like a feeling of you just kind of like, oh, it's time to switch. Because like a lot of the times you just don't know. So maybe you have like a phone by you that it might have a stopwatch or something that you can just gently look at. And you just maybe move it on the right side if your left cheek's on there so you can see, and then you move it to the opposite side, just so you get about even time on each side. So that is our first pose, child's pose. This is the pose that we always come back to rest. And this is how we're starting our practice today. Right. The next thing that we're going to do has two sides to it. And we are going to do a twist. So, in this twist, the good part about where we're at is that we really don't need to change much. Okay? We are going to lay on our side. So, see how Tonia is sitting down on her shins? And then she's going to lay her right side down. She's going to bring her right arm across. And then start to twist to bring her left cheek onto the earth. Now, it's also good if we have that other pillow, which I will go grab. Actually, Tonia, go grab that other little pillow. And to put something in between your legs here also, just so, because a lot of times like there's a gap in between our legs. So a blanket would work here, or another pillow. So her right side body's on there. And then she turns onto her left cheek. And this is where she finds a twist. And I said, this is where you really want to make sure that you're supported. Because this, out of most of these poses, can be the most fiery because your body is starting to rinse things out. And so therefore, you're turning on that third chakra a little bit more. So it's really ideal to find something that's going to be super, super soft and supportive here for the rest of your body, since your torso is in this complete twist. Here, we're only going to stay for the same amount of time, 3 to 5 minutes. So on each side. So Tonia's going to slowly get up, and she is just going to go to the opposite side. She'll take the pillow with her. This time her left side body is on there. She's going to bring her right cheek so she looks over towards the left side of the mat. Forearms come down onto the blanket and book. And then she can close her eyes and find rest. Awesome. Okay, so we have gone and we have done 3 poses. So the next one, we're going to keep this pretty much the same way, but what I want Tonia to do is grab the blanket from the bolster, And she's also going to grab the pillow that's all the way over there that was underneath her legs, and she's going to bring it up to the wall, and we're going to do legs up the wall. Now, this is like everybody's favorite restorative pose. The greatest thing about this is, truthfully, you don't need any props. You just need a wall. So she's going to put the pillow a few inches from the wall, and then she's going to keep the blanket just like it is, lay it long ways on the mat. She's going to sit with her right side to the wall, so her butt is on the pillow. From there, she'll swing her legs up the wall, and then relax her back and her head. So scoot up just a little bit so your head is on the blanket. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, from here, arms out to the side. My rower is kind of in her way. Most people don't have a rower in their living room or their bedroom or wherever. But like I said, this is like making the best of what you have at your house. From here, 5 to 10 minutes. This is something every single day. And what it does is it really helps to bring the blood back down into the body, because we're standing on our feet all day long. So this is incredibly great. It's basically, if you can't do inversions, this is like the best way to get that same feeling as if you were in a headstand, a handstand, or any of the inversions that we do. It helps with your eye pressure, heart problems, neck problems, respiratory. Especially right now, we need respiratory help. So this helps with respiratory and sinus infections. And also lower back pain. Almost all of these are going to help with lower back pain. Really great to get that blood flowing in an opposite direction. Alright, Tonia's slowly going to fall her legs to the left side and then slowly come up. We're going to go back. We're going to set up our little recline chair again. And this is by far my favorite pose. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose in your recline chair. So she's going to bring the blanket and she's going to put it back where it was. She's going to take the pillow. She's going to put it back for a little bit head and neck support. Okay. From here, she is going to set up the books and the other blankets, and they might be a little bit farther than they were since she's facing the opposite way. Now she's taking these bigger pillows, and she might need to even double the pillows because it just depends how flexible you might be. So soles of the feet will come together, knees will come out wide, and then you are just going to recline into heaven. And like I said, set this up for yourself. There's no rush in restorative. This is also known as goddess pose. Really opens up that second chakra. But also, I love this as like a Shavasana almost. I could fall asleep here forever. And you can stay here for 10 to 20 minutes. I mean, how does that feel, Tonia?
Good.
Good? Awesome. My favorite pose, probably of all time. There's so many other things that you can use if you have like eye pillows and eye bags, or even blocks might even help. But the reason we're doing this today is to say like, hey, like what do we actually have at home that can bring us into a restorative practice? And whether it's 5 poses, whether it's 1 pose, it's just you taking the time to sit still. And then in these, make sure you're trying to relax the face, the jaw. And the breath is nice and soft and gentle. And Tonia is going to slowly, slowly, slowly come out. And then move to the back of the garage. So we still have our social distancing. So that is another installment of just taking things a little bit slower and softer today. We've been doing a bunch of like fun flows, but you know, it's just like what's going on right now. It's like, yeah, we want to get out, we want to see each other, we want to move, but the hardest part for all of us is like, it's hard for us to sit still, and a restorative practice is just the thing to do it. And it's not just the point of sitting still, but it's of letting go. It's trying to clear your mind of all the stuff that you hear in the news, the fear that people are putting into our ears. Don't get me wrong. It is scary, and there are things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. And that's by staying home. And that's by only being in a group of 2 people and no more. You know, this is, and when I say 2 people, it's still keeping our distance. So I want y'all all to be safe. I want y'all all to restore. And we thank you for joining us. And we'll see you soon. Bye.